up in this shit out here, he tryna flex. Never cared so much, ran out of wood, just past the Dutch. Your homies die, you don't never slide, it ain't adding up. Get caught with a pipe, you out same night, you fed or what? New art pack in the air, this gas or what? He'll still be alive right now if you niggas ain't gas him up.
Okay, back again with another video after I think 2 to 3 weeks. It's been a while, my guy. I haven't been on my grind, but that might change depending. Now, this is, as you read from the title, what if Naruto had the majin mark? Now, the way that this would work is one day Naruto had just gotten home from all the bullying and just all around rudeness of the villagers. Them all around just hating him because, well, they think he's the Nine Tails, even though technically he's not the Nine Tails itself. He's technically just the person that holds the Nine Tails, which really he's technically a hero for saving all their lives and the Nine Tails not just being killed and then coming back to life later and then killing all of them. So, even. Anyways, as I was saying, he decides to lay inside of his bed and Naruto just begins to cry. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much, but it's been a while, so I guess I'm a little bit nervous. He just all around starts just bawling because of how he was treated by the villagers. Now, at this point, after he's done crying his eyes out, he falls asleep. And inside of his dream, he sees a god. Or more like a demon god. Kind of like the angel of death, but not exactly, a little bit more powerful. He then asks Naruto, "Do you want power, boy? Do you want to know what it truly feels like to be powerful, for no one to ever look at you differently, for you to be all around, almighty, to be the most powerful person in the village? No. Inside the land of fire. No, not even that. To be the most powerful person in this universe." Naruto then questions to himself, is this the devil? Because, he's giving me these weird questions, and it seems like he's about to give me an overpowered power that's, probably going to cost my soul. Naruto then looks up to him and he says, "You're not trying to sell me anything, right? Or take my soul?" Now, the god, Ivy, looks back at him with a shocked face and he's like, "No. Why would I need a soul? That just doesn't make sense. Why would I want your soul?" Sorry if you can hear my vent, by the way, because, it's just pumping out air and it's extremely cold in my room. Anyway, Naruto says, "Well, you seem like the person that would try to sell someone something and end up scamming them." Now, he has a shocked look on his face before he thinks to himself, do I look like someone that would do that? And then he just shakes his head and then he says, fair enough. But I'm not trying to take your soul, kid. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make a deal with you to become the most powerful ninja known to man. Naruto then questions to himself, if I do this, what will I be? Will they think of me as more of a monster? Will they worship me as a god? I don't want anybody looking at me differently ever again. He then thinks to himself, but he also thinks, but if I become powerful, then they'll worship me as a hero, not as a villain or a god or a demon. They'll actually care about me. Naruto then looks back up at the god Ivy and he says, okay, I agree. Now, how does this work? Like, do you like do you like give me all of your power, like some of it, or and Ivy just looks at him and he says, "Okay, look, here's how it works. I gotta explain all of this because if I don't, I'll get in trouble. I mean, no one can kill me because I'm one of the most powerful gods, but I don't want to hear nagging for the next few centuries." He then says, "Okay, look, when you take this power, you'll become more ruthless. You'll technically be the strongest person on the planet, but since your body isn't built for that, I'll only give you about a fraction of the power, which is to you about the power of a Sanin. But here's the thing, kid. You won't fully be able to use the power unless you fully embrace your evil side. What I mean by this is it kind of acts like a curse mark. If you dwell off of your evil side of your chakra, or the most powerful side of your chakra, and corrupt it, that's how you'll be able to use your powers. It will give you a physical buff, which will put you about at the power of a high-ranking Chunin. But other than that, if you don't use your, well, I might as well say it, Nine Tails power, then you won't be able to use your full capability. Now, after you gain all of your powers and your body is trained enough, best believe you'll be able to destroy mountains just like the Nine Tails, but with much more ease. You won't have to use even a fraction of your power. It'll be more like a millimeter. He then says all of this, and Naruto thinks about it again, and he says, "Okay, the terms of the deal still doesn't change. I still accept everything and all of the responsibilities. Now, remember, Naruto's stupid, but he's not that stupid. He thinks about obvious contracts. It was explained inside of literally the most simple way possible. So there was no possible way he could have gotten confused by this or anything. So he takes the power. Now, unknowing to him, on the outside, he grows a majin mark on his hand. Now, the reason that it's not on his forehead, unlike his hand, is because, well, if you didn't know, the video's over. But I'm explaining everything after the video. The reason that he doesn't get the majin mark, like inside of the anime, on his head, is because it would be too obvious, and having a tattoo on your head nowadays would be looked down upon. Tattoos at this point were sacred things that you would get only if it was supposed to mean something spiritual or something that really mattered to you. So a giant M on your head, nobody's gonna believe that, well, it's supposed to mean anything sacred unless they look back inside the past. And the Majin mark has been used a few times, but the people that have used the Majin mark ended up killing themselves because of how much of a monster they seen themselves as. Because people judged them. Not because they had the power, but because they were using it for evil. And after they used it for evil, nobody wanted to be their friends. Nobody wanted to believe that this power wasn't something from the devil or the Grim Reaper, I guess you could say, inside of this time. Or Endora. Endora is basically seen as a devil inside of Naruto, so I'm just going to say Endora. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, I am sorry for leaving. And yeah, without further ado, enjoy this outro, I guess. Bye-bye.
Ay, put the beam on my Glock for my accuracy. Bitch, you know that I'm tough like a refugee. But you know you get dead if you step to me. I was only 15 with a felony. Yeah, whole lot of ops, so the party got wrecked. Big ass crib, but it's blood on the set. Caught a Glock knock, you put a nigga in tech. How you gon' breathe when I shot him in the neck?